Good afternoon, my beautiful followers. How is everyone doing today? I hope everyone's having as beautiful of a day as I am. It is sunny and warm and just a really great day here in Texas. In Texas, it's just been a super sunny, warm, just kind of very spring, almost summer kind of a day out today. And my day has been really fluid. I got up this morning and I was gonna make 6 a.m. yoga, but Spirit changed the yoga class on me, and I got there and it was not my yoga class, and so I ended up not doing yoga, but it ended up being really great because I got a little bit of self-care in this morning before client appointments and just connecting with people. So it's been a really good day. And I went and got my nails done. Pretty Elsa blue, as my nephew will say. I'll be like, Aunt Addison, your nails are blue. Your nails are Elsa blue. That's what he'll call it. But anyway, that's not the topic. So the reason I did some self-care this morning, not that you need a reason to self-care. I think you should be self-caring all the time, but one of the reasons I really needed self-care this morning was that I did an energy work session yesterday. I got some energy movement, and I had another. I'm super grateful. I had another practitioner work on some energy blockages in my body. And this morning I woke up and I was like I had what I call energy hangover. I had energy hangover, and I was needing some grounding, and I was needing to really process things. And funnily enough, then I went online and I saw one or two posts. I saw a video, and then I saw an article that really spoke to me and about where I was in my life, and some things that I was like, I really want to work on. Because as a coach, like, we don't stop our growth. And if you have a coach and they're not doing their work, then you need to run far, far, far away from that coach. Because we all need to be doing our work as coaches, therapists, healers, light workers, or whatever. Or as normal people working different kinds of jobs that have nothing to do with spiritual healing or therapy or anything like that. We all need to be doing our work. That's how we stay at our healthiest. And so, funnily enough, I was reading this article and I really was stirred. I don't want to use the word triggered, but I was stirred. I was like, ugh, I feel like I was just hit over the head with a soft baseball bat of like, whack, Addison, focus on this. And I know my clients do this all the time. And what my clients often do is they go from, I hit them with the spiritual baseball bat of like something that they need to work on, and then they go into, I'm not good enough, I need to work on myself, I'm not worth it, I can't do this, I'm a horrible person because I don't have it all fixed yet. And I can tell you, at one point in my life, I would jump straight to that. And there's moments I still can drop into, like, I still am not getting this. Like, if I'm stuck in something, if I'm seeing a repetitive motion. But I can tell you that more than that, nowadays, I look at my healing with curiosity instead of judgment. And this is the difference between continuing to grow, continuing to move forward, and staying stuck exactly where you are. When we are trying to do growth work and we look at it as like in this negative energy of like, it's never done and I'm never going to be good enough and it's not going to work, we end up bringing a really negative energy into it, especially when potentially we've been already stirring up these emotions and all of this stuff. We don't want to bring more negativity to things. When we're already diving into our shadow work, we don't need to throw extra shadow and ego on top of that work to cover it back up. No, we need to just get curious and go, I wonder what that's about. I wonder why I do that pattern. Like, that's interesting. And that's what I like to say to myself. And that's what this morning I did to myself when I was reading this beautifully written article by another coach that I'm friends with, and reading it, and I was like, I'm curious. Like, that brings some curiosity in me. Why is that my pattern? Where am I showing up like that? Where it really brought some curiosity, some self-inquiry. But instead of going, oh, like, oh, yeah, I do that, and having this like, ugh. Guess what, guys? We all can do that. We all have places where we're not living up to our potential. We all have places where we could do better, or be perfect, which there's no such thing. But I know in our own minds we can build these places, but it's never done. It's a journey. There's a reason why you have the patterns. It's a reason that you have the energy blocks you have. And so just getting curious can be a really fun and almost beautiful adventure. Truthfully, it's like, okay, like that's interesting. I didn't know that piece about myself, or I didn't see things like that. So like, how can I take a step forward in this? What can I do differently? And looking at it more with a childlike viewpoint of like, I wonder. And like, let's see what kind of, getting excited, like, let's see what kind of changes I can make. Let's see if I can spend the whole day not having that negative thought. Let's see if I can spend the next week and come up with like 2 ways I'm going to step forward. And instead looking at it in a curiosity, because oftentimes when we're doing our growth work in any area, money, sex, food, relationships, it doesn't matter. Building a business, like I said, it doesn't matter. We can get down on ourselves when we get criticized, or when we see a pattern that we've got, or when we see our shadow self. I wrote an article on shadow work today. We can get really down on ourselves and we lean into our egos. Well, instead of leaning into your ego, I'm challenging you to look at things with curiosity. Even when, so like I said, I had some energy work yesterday. Even things with your body. So like, noticing different holdbacks, different tightness. Like I have this area in my neck that I'm really struggling with, and that's really was the focus point. And I went, I'm curious. What is my neck trying to tell me? I'm curious what I need to learn from this, where the lesson is, what that's about, what I'm holding, what I'm releasing. Because in truth, a lot of times when we start to have ailments, sometimes it is just energy coming to the surface. We've done our work and we've stirred that energy to a point of it's not numb anymore, and it's coming to the physical surface of our bodies. And so that is our time to clear it out. However, if you start being like, my neck, I can't get rid of it, it's awful, like why can't I move through it, and go into that negativity, I promise you it's not going to release in the same way. It's not going to release. And so it is really about getting curious. If you have a physical ailment show up, like that was more energetic stuff. My neck is more energetic stuff. But if you even like you get a cold, you get strep, you get a bladder infection, things like that, to get curious and go, I wonder where this is coming from. I wonder why this is showing up now and what it has to teach me. And sometimes that can be really hard to get curious, but I am going to challenge you to start looking at things with not a let me fix it, but let me get curious. Let me see what I need to learn. Let me see where I need to move forward in life with this. How can I transform? And looking at it as almost like a goal of like exciting, like, ooh, like, yeah, that's the next step. Instead of looking at it as like, another thing. And I know we live in a world of, we're adulting, and believe me, I'm 34 years old. I adult just as much as anybody else, but I look at the world from a more childlike viewpoint, because I do think that we know so much as children, and sometimes we have this excitement of our growth. We have an excitement of our expansion. If you see a baby fall down when they're trying to walk for the first time, yeah, they might cry for a second, but they get back up and they're excited. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, this is a new challenge. Yeah, this is a new learning opportunity. Instead of, I'm worthless, I can't do this, I'm horrible. They don't do that. They don't go through that ego stuff in their heads. They get curious. So next time you see, you're like, I have to work on that. That's a challenge right there. Instead of looking at it as like, see, I've got another thing to work on, I still need to fix myself, blah, 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 that whole rabbit trail we can go down. Look at it as like, this is exciting, like more to learn about myself, like more depth, more things to challenge me, more lessons, and try to step in and look at it from that perspective, and see how it flows more fluidly in your life. See how your growth and expansion flows more fluidly. So, and it will make the growth process so much more fun, so much more easy and fluid. Like I said, yeah, you're gonna have times when you're gonna get down. Like, I'm not saying that this is gonna be like an immediate thing and you never get down, but just making that little change can really impact you, Because this morning, I can tell you, I could have read that article, I could have watched that video that I watched, I could have woken up with all this energy that I still needed to ground and still need to release after it was released, after I got some energy work, and some of it got released, but some of it was still stirring. I could have looked at it and gone, oh my goodness, I still have so much more work to do. I still have this, I still have that, I still need to work on that pattern. I'm not happy in that in my life. Instead of like, yes, like that's interesting. That's interesting. I didn't know that about myself. Now it's time to step in. Now it's time to heal that. Now it's time to try something different and expand a little bit more. And like, what's the learning there? What's the learning there? So try a little more curiosity and less self-judgment, and it will go a long way. So on a different note, before I let you guys go, I wanted to say that if you're in the DFW area, I have 2 events coming up in March. I have on the 31st, I have my Tantric Integration Pujas. These are not like any other pujas. These are expansive pujas. These are where you're doing some of your shadow work, you're doing some of your growth work, you're really stepping in, and we're playing, literally playing, and having fun, and enjoying and celebrating our expansion and who we are as humans, and just integrating more and more each group that we do. So that is an amazing event, but that is a very limited number of people because it is a very intimate workshop. So get on the list for that. Please pre-register if you're interested in that. Also have my Oral Intimacies Workshop going with Kendal Williams, so you can read all about that. I'll put the link below, but that is for men, women, couples, singles. It doesn't matter. It is for anybody who is wanting to make their sex life better and more intimate and more connective, and make that some of the best piece of your intimacy. It's an annual workshop. It is not coming back around until next year. And so please do not wait to register. That is happening on March 28th. So get on the list for that. Other than that, I have my Sex in the City workshop, which is a global workshop coming up in April. And you can see details coming out about that in the next few weeks. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you tomorrow for another Addison Unleashed, and you can connect with me for individual coaching, group coaching, workshops, events, all of that at addisonbell.net. All right, guys, love you. Bye.